Oh, alright guys, how's it going? Mono Dragon here again, back with another video. How are we doing? I don't know what the fuck I'm trying to say. Finally back with another video. Haven't had a video in a while, and that is all down to the weather. Oh, the weather. All of like the week before last was just rain, and then all of this week and last week was just snow and ice. I have my my big gloves on because it's so cold. These are my, I don't even know what they're, Dainese, they're Goretex. They're nice and warm, but I don't actually know what they are. Yeah guys, I hope that we're well. I hope we are enjoying lockdown as much as I am, which is not very much. Oh, this road's covered in shit. But hopefully we'll be out of it soon, and once we get out of it the weather will be nice. Oh, it's so cold. I'm only able to do my usual within 5k, but I'm just going to try go a different road. Now that the roads are actually dry today, I can go on the back road without worrying about coming off. Whoa, Jesus Christ, so cold. But yeah guys, I actually wanted to talk about what everyone's fucking talking about, and that is the new Hayabusa. I think everyone and their grandmothers talk about the new Hayabusa because it's so exciting. Everyone knows, oh my god, everyone knows and loves the Hayabusa. It's such an amazing bike. I need to get off this road, it's so fucking windy. I actually drove the first gen Hayabusa. What a fucking animal of a bike that was. For such a big brute bike, it was mental, but it was such a practical bike as well. And the power was just so, and this is like obviously the first gen, carbureted. I drove a 99, or it could have been a 2000 model, but it was one of the originals anyway. And oh man, what a bike, what an amazing bike that was. And now they're bringing out a brand new one. I think they're bringing it out for 2022, not 2021. They've no date as to when it's going into dealers, but man, I need to try to get my hands on one of them. So I just wanted to talk and discuss and see what everyone thinks, because like everyone has opinions, myself included, and what I love doing is putting my opinions forward. I'm not saying this is what they should have done and they were so wrong and blah blah blah, they ruined the Hayabusa. I'm not saying that at all. Even though I'm a Yamaha man, I'd love a Hayabusa, and now that they have the new one, oh man. So let's just dive straight into it, because I'm really excited about this bike. I'm not going to go into like specific specs and numbers because I don't know them off the top of my head. Oh my god, I'm not even going to try pretend that I do know them. Man, I love the style. They kept it so close to the original, but making it look like a new bike. And you have to give Suzuki props for that. It's such a good looking bike. It looks identical to the last one, but just that you can tell it's new. And I think that's very hard to do, especially in today's market and with today's style of bike. The one thing everyone has been giving out about, which I think is a bit ridiculous, is the power. So I think it's 187 brake, and I think the last gen one in, I think 2014 when they last updated it, I think that was about 194 brake horsepower. What they've done to compensate that is they've made the torque better in the low and mid-range. And like, you have to think, if you want a 190 horsepower bike, now you get a Super Sport, you know, you get a S1000, the CBR 1000, the Gixxer 1000, what am I on about? You get one of them if you want a Suzuki. And it's not about power now, you know. Horsepower literally means fuck all, because all these manufacturers, like the MT10, or MT10's not a manufacturer, but you know, like this bike, it's all about that torque, baby. Man, is that torque beautiful. They're going to give you, you know, decent power, but they're going to give you a nice bit of torque that your super sport bike isn't going to have, and that's what makes them so nice and different to ride. And that's what I'm excited, because obviously as I said, I rode the first gen, and that was just an absolute beast of a bike. So much power, but it was very, very manageable. So I'm curious to see what they're going to do with what way this one's going to feel. How different is it going to feel? I do want to go back on that later as well. I was going to go to Aldi here, but I think I'm just going to ride around for a little bit. I'll go up another Aldi. I'm liking the power. 187 brake is very, very nice. Like, you know, 187 horsepower on any fucking bike, even on a car, is a lot. You know what? My favourite car is the VRS Octavia, the Skoda, and they're 180 brake, and that's a, you know, 2-ton car, and this is like 280 kilo bike. So, you know, 180 is nothing to bash an eyelid about. I can't remember the torque figures. Was it around 110, 120? In around there. But it's such a beautiful bike, and the colours as well. That like orange, it's almost like a burnt orange, and then they have the silver, and oh, it's beautiful. And then obviously with a new bike you get all the new electronically gizmos and all that stuff. And man, they're really giving everything. I forget what it stands for. The abbreviation is SIRS, as I'm going to call it, SIRS. It's like Suzuki something. I don't fucking know. I know Suzuki's in there. Oh no, the roadwork's still going here? Oh no. But man, you get everything with it. You get corner and traction control, obviously your regular traction control, ABS. I didn't see if it done cornering ABS, but you get wheelie control, launch control, rear wheel lift control, your three your rider modes. Oh my god, I can't speak. You get your 3 rider modes, which is fairly standard. Nothing to be oh, that's a lot of gravel. Nothing to be excited about there. But you get an up and a down blipper, which, come on Yamaha, do it to the MT10. We need one. We need it. And you get cruise control, which is just a nice to have. Cruise control sounds stupid. Before I had cruise control, I was like, why the hell would you want that? Man, cruise control is amazing when you have it. It's so nice. So you get all the, I'm gonna say, high-end electronics that you'd expect. And I can only, I'm assuming this is all going to become quite standard. Like obviously a blip, like a quick shifter. Oh my balls, Jesus. A quick shifter is standard. Traction control is fairly standard now. Obviously, like, you know, an MT-07 or something, they don't have that, but you know, they don't cost 20 grand. So, but it's pretty standard. Well, it's pretty standard, but high-end rider tech. And for the price, you know, oh, I'm after really hurting myself. I'm really excited and I'm looking forward to this Hayabusa. As I said, like, I love everything about it. I love the style, the colours, the electronics, and even the dash is gorgeous. It's a TFT dash, but it has the analog speedo or tacho, so like RPMs and speed, and oh, it's so beautiful. It's so nice. Like, I love digital. Obviously I have a full digital dash, but having the blend the boat is just so nice. And the way they have it styled, like the way they have it looking, is, as I said, they kept it pretty much as, like, it looks like the old one. It looks like every other Hayabusa, and it's not a bad thing, because the Hayabusa is an iconic bike. Everyone knows a Hayabusa. You look at it and you go, ah, it's a Hayabusa. But man, that dash is just beautiful. And even like all just the where everything's laid out is so nice and just looks like a Hayabusa. I know I keep saying that, but I can only imagine how hard it is for a manufacturer to go, right, we're going to reinvent probably one of our most popular and iconic bikes, and they could go mad with it, but they didn't, and that's what I like. I really hope I can get my little grubby hands on one. Even just a quick little test ride would be so nice. I need to try talk to Ronan or someone if they're getting one in, just, you know, 15-20 kilometer spin, because I love them. And now all we need is Honda to bring out a new Blackbird. Now, it's been rumoured for ages that they bring out a Blackbird, but as you know, for anyone who's been a long time supporter of my channel, follower is the right word, my father had a Blackbird in 01, so kind of like the last of the Blackbirds as we know it, like, because they haven't changed. But yeah, Honda need to come out with a new Blackbird, because I'd be very excited about that. So obviously I love the Hayabusa. I said what I love. There's nothing I hate about the bike, but what I really wish they done, and I think they missed out, I wish they turbocharged it, or supercharged it I should say, like a H2, because the H2 is on its Jesus Christ. But as we know, the Kawasaki H2 it's on its own league. You know, it's the only factory supercharged bike that, like, it looks amazing too, and you know, that's Kawasaki's new iconic bike. But man, I wish Suzuki done that for their Hayabusa. I would love a supercharger, turbocharger. I don't think they put turbos on it, on bikes, more supercharged, because I can only imagine they have to bring the HP down mainly for, I can only assume it's like emissions or some weird laws somewhere. And I know for a fact you're going to be able to unlock that beast. Like a H2 comes from the factory with like 200 and something brake, 220 something brake horsepower. And then there's people that like do the smallest mods, well not small, but you know, exhaust in ECU, maybe a power commander or a flash. And boom, there's 300. It's like, what? I think Suzuki should have done that. Not everyone's going to want a absolute mental powerhouse of a bike, and you know, as I said, they kept a Hayabusa to the Hayabusa we all know and love. So you know, on one hand I'm fine, but man, how nice would have a supercharged Hayabusa been, and just the potential for it as well. I really would have loved one. You know, not to say that they're not going to do one in, you know, another year or two, but I think they should have. You know, with the way it's going now, and I actually hate saying it, but unfortunately it is going that way, you know, where electric vehicles, electric bikes and cars are going to be taken over, because every country in the world's going, you can't drive that, which, you know, I have my own opinions on, as much as I love. Actually, and it was a year ago today that I test drove the Zero SRF, and I loved it, but it doesn't do that, you know. But it's coming to the stage now where manufacturers nearly need to make their last hurrah, and you know, with big middle finger to all these all the governments of the world pretty much, and being like, you know what, let's build something mental. Here's a new Hayabusa, here's one to remember. I would have loved that. And I'm hoping if Honda bring out a new Blackbird, I'm hoping they supercharge it. They need to. It's just, come on guys. You know, there was the leaked plans of this bike, the MT10, that was supercharged, and I was excited. I was like, holy shit, like this bike's mental. So I could imagine it with a supercharger, it would be bananas. But why not? Do it. Because in the next, I'd say 10 years, manufacturers are not going to be allowed to make petrol or diesel, and more than likely that's going to involve bikes as well. I know, I think the UK have it that they're going to ban the sale of petrol and diesel cars. Now I don't know what the story is with motorbikes, but if motorbikes aren't in that list, you know, they're going to be in that list very soon. I don't think I can ramble and shy talk about the Hayabusa anymore. As I said, I love it. I love everything about it. Even without a supercharger, I don't really care. That's just me being me. Would have been amazing to see a supercharger, but the package that they have at the moment is going to be beautiful. And as I said, 187 brake horsepower, a lot more torque than the last one in the low mid-range, which is where you need your torque. I can only imagine when they come out with ECU flashes and power commanders and custom maps for the Hayabusa. I can only imagine the potential. Look at this fucking gobshite trying to undertake me on a roundabout. I can just imagine the potential that's going to be unlocked in that bike. People complain about 187. I think you're going to get a lot more with a flash out than 187. But anyway guys, that is the video. I'm actually out of breath, it's that cold. But what are your thoughts and opinions on the new Hayabusa? Do you like it? Do you love it? Do you not give, you know, do you not care? As I said, I'm very excited, looking forward to seeing what the final package is going to be. But anyway guys, like, that is the video. I hope all of you enjoyed. Go ahead and follow me on my Instagram if you haven't. That's where I've just been very active. You know, if I'm not making videos, which I haven't been in the past, you know, 2 weeks, I would normally post or do something on Instagram. But anyway guys, like, that is the video. I hope all of you enjoyed. Like, comment and subscribe. I'll talk to you all in the next video.